There is a brand new show this season that is getting quite a lot of the slamming to, with a lot of hatred because of just how much of the show that people generally hate it, and then they even got people that are white knighting this show already, and I was really surprised that people were actually acting like this towards a series like this, as it's something that's only had one episode out, and I don't know whether or not the source material itself is great, but I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that's been going down with the first episode of, and I'm going to butcher the name of this, people, so I do apologize, the Akashic Records of Bastard Magical Instructor. Now, the first episode just came out, and I watched it on Crunchyroll, and I was thinking, okay, I remember seeing a couple of reviews for this, and I was like, oh, wow, a lot of people seem to fucking hate this, or really enjoy it, and I was watching it, and I was like, okay, let's see what the whole deal with this show is. I'm kind of curious to see where it was going, and one of the first fucking things you gotta mention immediately with this series is, and I had to just go, I was like, what the fuck is with these designs? Like, mainly the, like, girls, like, because if you don't tell, it's basically nutshell for the series and all that. Like, it's about a magical academy, and if you have a look at what the girls design, that's not a custom, like, design, like, oh, she did this herself and she wanted to show off how to say it. That is the standard ladies, like, and, like, girls uniform for the fucking entire school, and I am sure, like, a lot of people right there, I'm sure everyone was going, or going, woo, 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 but, like, you're either too far in the spectrum where it's like, Jesus Christ, who the fuck decided to plan this outfit? Because it's the most slutty outfit I think I've seen in a while for a school uniform. And two, I was just like, I'm sure whoever planned the actual designs and all that is probably having a good fucking chuckle to himself every time he sees that the people actually accepted this fucking well. Obviously, the fact that, like, at the end of the day, it's an anime design, still, I'm fine with it. Like, that's how the characters want to wear, but I can't ever see when you see, like, really shy little girls that are in this anime, it's like, oh yeah, that's fine, but you gotta wear this outfit though that shows so much fucking skin, and just showing the belly button, and showing the leg, like, I feel like that's just a bit weird considering how some characters, and plus, I feel like it's just all over the fucking place, and I feel like that was, like, what a lot of people were complaining about. This is, like, what's causing up the controversy is, like, oh, it's too sexist and all that, you know, while the men and all that, they're not showing anything off, and I feel like it's another one of those things that just starting up where, like, people decide to think that they're special little snowflakes, and they started getting offending, and I ended it up just going, as long as people are not getting raped, or, like, getting majority fight, or they, like, these girls aren't getting fondled with, or, like, or anything like that, then I'm kind of mainly fine with it. And I feel like the main problem is, like, why this escalated to this point as well, is that the fact that the show, from what, anyway, this is from the first episode, I don't know if the show picks up or not, but the first episode is honestly the most nothing thing to me. Like, it was generally the fact that I saw it, and I was like, it's okay, but there was nothing good or really anything that made it impressive, because it honestly, as I was watching the episode, it felt like kind of a lot of the shows I've always, like, seen on that, from the magical school thing. And let's explain it, because I feel like I see a lot of people have kind of seen the trope before with this series. So our main character is Glenn Radars, where his whole thing is that he's, like, 19, he's a new instructor for, like, this high, pristine, like, Academy of Magic, and the fact is that he's a lazy piece of shit. Like, this, he doesn't think, he acts like he's the absolute shit, where he's like, when he was, like, flirting with the guy, he's like, yeah, you know me, I'm a fucking G, I'm a G, and then the fact is, from what at least I've got from the show, where it's like you can kind of tell immediately where he's like, he's acting like a goofball, and he's like, oh yeah, he's losing his matches, but you can clearly tell that there's some secret stuff around him, and the fact that they're trying to set some stuff where it's like, you kind of know the genius in high school, or he's like, he's that one special guy that's like, I'm better than everyone else, kind of like a Trinity 7, or like setting up with like the irregular from high, like of the Magic High School, stuff like that, or the SAOs, like where you just get the main hero who is just so fucking OP broken. But it seems like this guy isn't strong mainly in his magic, but it seems like from what I've guessed and all that, and kind of like how he was acting, is that he's just more of a genius in general. And the fact is that he started pissing on the girl, especially the main girl of this series, who I believe her name was like Sistine, like I believe that was her name, and like also as well like her best friend slash roommate, like I believe her name was like Blumia, and so far from what honestly I got from the first episode was like, oh, they had wacky introduction. Oh, he came into the girls' locker room and perved on them, and she tried to be like, oh, like, if anything, I felt like the show was trying to act like it was something that it wasn't. Like, there was a bit where he was like, oh, no, you see, you think I was going to do this for third reasons, but then he starts trying to bullshit his way out and trying to think like, oh, I sound smart, don't I? And throughout the entirety of it, I was like, no, you just sound like a chuckle fuck. And like how the first episode honestly ends is like it tries to set up with things with a couple of characters, especially that girl and like with the blonde hair, like saying like, oh, she might actually be pulling some strings, that she might be acting a little bit evil, she's got some agendas like planning. But honestly, from what I saw, it was like, oh, they kind of make up slightly and find out, oh, he's a fucking joke. They have like a duel, and it wasn't honestly too much impressive. Like, I feel like the fact that people are just using that more of an excuse to say, this fucking thing sucks because it's over-sexualizing, like, high school, and like, why is this the one show that finally, you know, it's the straw that broke the camel's back? And when there are worse things out there, like when you legit have things that are like sexualizing, you know, it's just legit underage, like fucking 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds. I feel like this is harmless, and it's honestly just become the latest one of like being attacked because of it. And if I'm actually given an actual episode review, I know it's turned into a discussion / rant slight of, but honestly, I thought the episode itself was fine. It's honestly not for me. Like, I saw it and I thought I might get a couple of chuckles and laugh. I might see the second episode of it. But the fact of the matter is, I feel like people are going way overboard with the whole thing. Do I think the outfit's fucking ridiculous and just over-sexual? Yeah, I think it's way too much. I mean, whoever fucking designed that outfit was a fucking hero. He's there good. They're never gonna get away with this. And I feel like the fact that, honestly, with the material that I've seen, it just wasn't that impressive. I feel like the fact that this was more chosen out of the visuals. The guys that adapted this literally looked at the front cover and went, yeah, why not? Or it just might be just me, where it's like, I feel like this is kind of like a done, tired sort of thing, where it's like, I do enjoy shows every now and again and all that. I don't even mind like mediocre stuff that doesn't even have a good story. As long as it has maybe some cool action, a little bit of comedy, you know, a little bit of edginess. I'm fine with the whole like edgy series and all that. I can enjoy that as many other. I just felt like everything that so far I saw in the first episode, there wasn't one thing that really struck out to me apart from literally the outfit. It was like, oh, that's it, and I'm not gonna watch a show because, oh, a girl has a skimpy outfit on, and it's just like, oh, that honestly, it didn't do too much to me. So I feel like I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to give it another episode or two and see if it actually does pick up. But so far, like, the Akashic Records of the Magical Instructor, like, I generally felt like this was so far not for me personally. I know people are going to actually enjoy the show for what it is, and I empower you. Go, like, if you enjoy it, congrats on that. But personally, just didn't do it for me and all that. So we'll have to see what it does and all that. I feel like there are worse shows out there, especially last season with like Handshakers. That shit was a pile of shit for like multiple reasons. But this felt like it was mainly harmless. But I feel like people are going to the boards complaining, oh, the outfit is too much, too much. I feel it's as long as it isn't like little girls getting raped, I'm completely fine with it for the most part. Like, it's just over-sexualized characters, which is, congratulations, welcome to the world of anime, where they do it all the time. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, what you thought about the first episode of this, or what you think about the controversy about it. That's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.